All right, welcome back, everybody. And as you just saw, it is time for DIY on a Thursday. Now, today we're going to do the start of a series, and the project I'm working on this time is that of a coffee table. So, for today, for the first step, what you would need, you need 4 lengths of 2x4. These are already dressed. I cut these to 18 inches. So, you're going to need 4 of these. All right, then you're going to need 2 lengths of 1x3. These are cut to about 17.5 inches, but you will make this measurement based on the width of the planks that you're going to use in like the final stage when you're making your shelving part and your surface part. All right, so I measured my pieces of my 1x4s. They're not actually 4 inches, but that's how they're sold, and the sum of it was 17.5 inches in total. So this would be actually a cross brace, and these would be my legs. So I've done one in advance, and you'll see how it looks at the end. But what you need to do is measure with your tape first. Of course, you mark your spot on your tape. Also, a little tip, a little pro tip is that if you are measuring something and you need it to be cut, let's say for instance 18 inches, what you need to do is give yourself a little room for how much the saw takes off. So what you need to do is mark maybe just beyond the 18 mark, just to make your mark. So then you could draw your line, and finally you would cut along that line so that the amount that is taken off by the saw would give you enough room to get the accurate 17 inches, 18 inches, as the case may be. All right, so for that, again, just for practical example, if we get the camera over on this side, you measure, you have your pen or pencil, and you mark. So if we could see here where your lines are, you go just beyond the line, making that mark to account for the amount taken off by the saw. All right, right. So again, we need 4 2x4s cut to 18, and then you need 2 braces that would be cut to 17.5 in this case. Again, if your surface is different measure, make sure that you measure to the pieces that you have, and the total of it would be the length of your brace. All right, so I pre-drilled some holes. For the holes, they're roughly about 1 inch down from the edge here of my legs, because this is actually going to be the top piece. Okay, and then I have 2 other holes here as well. So there are 3 holes on each side in a triangle pattern that would ensure a little more stability when you are doing your final piece. All right, so before you go forward now, you need to line up your edge. So this is when you're lining up your holes. From here, you want to measure edge to edge. If your cut is straight, then you have no problem. And from here, you mark with a pencil or pen, mark your positions for your holes, which you would measure, but I've done this before, as I said. And then it is time, after you made your pilot holes, to put in your screws. So I have these 1.5 inch screws just so that there'd be enough going through this brace board and then going into the leg itself. And of course, I have my trusty electronic screwdriver. Makes my life a little bit easier. So of course, you're going to place your screw in the hole at first, go in a little way, and then ensure that you use your other hand, your non-working hand, to keep your brace in place. That's to ensure that when your drill starts moving, it doesn't shift out of the place that you originally put it in. So we'll drive the first one on the left side. Again, you want to keep that pressure down here, because sometimes with the twist of the screw itself, it creates what you call potential energy. And if you move your hand, sometimes it would actually shift out of place just because of the pressure that screw going in there had put before. Then the final screw on my left side. So if you're looking at me on television, it probably looks opposite. And here we go, we drive that screw in. Next, what you do is you do the same thing on the other side. So now on my right side, I'm just lining up corner to corner. Again, just to mention, I pre-drilled these holes, but make sure when you line up your brace with the edge of your leg, you ensure that one, it is straight, and then you take your pen or pencil, make your marks again from the top here. It's about 1 inch down. Then we make a triangle pattern with 2 other holes as well, here and here, that stays within the lineup of your leg and brace. All right, so again, same process. We are going to just drive these screws in and just put that in by hand first and drive. Again, very important, you want to keep pressure on that brace and leg so that you ensure it doesn't shift if you move your hand because of the built up potential energy. You drive and you drive your final screw. So I did one in advance, so this is what it's gonna look like. All right, and you need 2 of these. So I did one in advance and we have it here. What is going to happen, you're gonna put a bottom shelf. I'm giving you a little bit of a tip of what is coming next. You're gonna put a bottom shelf down here. And then finally on the last day, we're gonna put the top on it. So what's gonna happen is that you'll have a complete coffee table. So when you put this down, you have a nice, you have a nice coffee table to put in your living room or wherever the case may be. But for now, it's a wrap for DIY on a Thursday. Thank you for watching. Next week, we'll do part 2 of this project.